News Channel 3 at 5. The Alisal Fire rages near Refugio State Beach and in the mountains above, growing to 8,000 acres with 0% containment. Tonight, evacuation warnings expand. The 101 is still closed and the winds are a threat. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Beth Farnsworth.
And I'm CJ Ward. We have live team coverage of the Alisal Firefight tonight. Everything from the latest on that tough firefight to the impact on traffic.
Let's begin with News Channel 3's Scott Sheehan, who has been covering this since it all started yesterday. Scott?
We're about a half a mile west of El Capitan Beach, where the fire is really going behind us. I'm going to step out of the way a little bit. There are a couple of different fire units trying to save this house on the ranch here. I was talking with a property owner. They said that part of this was burned during the Sherpa fire, but as you can see, firefighters are here trying to fight and do that defensive approach that they really were doing yesterday and now even continuing into today. A lot of that smoke just going right over the 101, right into where the beach is. Now, if I can spin you around a little bit and show you how much is burned and how quickly, what you're seeing right now, this about 5-10 minutes ago was about a 50-foot firewall, and then all the way going up that hill, that is where the property owner wanted to take me originally to get a better view, and it just came right down in about a half an hour is what she said. And we saw about the last 20 minutes of it, including, like we said, that 50-foot firewall. And now these firefighters from Atascadero and Paso Robles are trying to put out the fire. There's a bunch of different fire units from all across, and we just wanted to show you where they're working. Again, they're trying to save this building that they're right here on the ranch, trying to save this and try to get this fire out. Again, right along the 101, about half a mile just west of El Capitan State Beach, and that's where the command post is. And reporting live along the Gaviota coast, I'm News Channel reporter Scott Sheehan.
All right, thank you, Scott. He's at Aurelia Ranch, also known as Doggy Dude Ranch, Sam's Doggy Dude Ranch. So hoping that they're able to get the handle there. It has been a race to get animals out of the fire zone and also prepare for the spread to more areas, which is exactly what the Alisal Fire is doing.
And News Channel 3 senior reporter John Palmentary arrived on scene early this morning. And John, conditions are changing constantly out there.
We've been seeing it jump from canyon to canyon. Behind me, we see some burn areas, some areas that are unburned. We thought this fire would be calming down, but instead it's been relentless, and it's been very active throughout the day because of the driving winds. And throughout the day, the fire has made its move with some spectacular runs in the brush and grass along Highway 101 and then back up to the nearby peaks. Firefighters are assessing their game plans and hoping for a weather break to get more crews in and more aircraft up. They've got a few up this afternoon, but not as much as they had hoped when this all started yesterday. So far, planes and helicopters really have not been used as much because of the safety factors and the gusty winds. And this is an area that has not seen fire since 1955.
You couple that with 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, extensive drought, and steep topography. It's just a perfect storm of a fire that's going to be very challenging to contain and to control.
39 horses and a goat were evacuated from the canyons to the Earl Warren Showgrounds in Santa Barbara, and they're in the care now of the nonprofit Equine Evac and all their volunteers that mobilized aggressively yesterday afternoon. Some of the owners have come by to comfort their horses. Some spent the night with their animals there last night, and the emergency location is well established as a site for large animals, and volunteers have been responding to help with all the large animals, primarily horses, that are coming in. Some of those horses came in from the Aurelia Ranch where Scott was just reporting on, and they are in those stalls there at the Earl Warren Showgrounds. Now back here, we are right past Refugio right now, so you can see the fire is burning this direction. A lot of erratic winds. We've seen it race up the hill, then come right back down, and it's been real hard to determine exactly which direction it's going. It's a handful for firefighters. We'll have more at 6. Reporting live along a closed section of Highway 101 just past Refugio, I'm John Palmentary, News Channel 3.
All right, so much updating. Thank you so much, John. John, for that. And again, there are evacuation orders in effect tonight. This includes the area of Arroyo Hondo Canyon and Refugio Canyon, where Scott was reporting, west of Goleta. Everyone in the area needs to leave immediately. There are also evacuation warnings on both sides of the fire. On the Gaviota side, the warning is for the area east of Calle Mariposa Reina, west of Arroyo Hondo, and south of West Camino Cielo. On the side closer to Goleta, the warning is for the area north of El Capitan Campground to east of Dos Pueblos Canyon. So everyone in those areas needs to be prepared to leave. We have a full list of evacuation orders and warnings on our website at KEYT.com.
All right, joining us now on the phone is Caltrans spokesman Jim Shivers.
And thanks so much for joining us tonight, Jim. Just want to get an idea from you. Any sense when the 101 might reopen?
Not just yet. I think in listening to your stories the past few minutes, I think everyone can understand that this is a major incident. It's one that can change by the second. With that said, we're not ready to put the public on the highway given the ever-changing circumstances with this incident. So we don't really have any estimate when the highway will reopen at this time.
All right, so with the 101 shut down, that means pretty much the only way to get around it is Highway 154, and that's going to drive a lot of traffic onto that small highway. Can you talk about the conditions on the 154 right now?
Well, no question that the 154 is the primary route for local people. No question that it is congested, that is the only major alternative in the region. We're also suggesting that people planning longer trips or who have larger vehicles consider taking Interstate 5, as that might be a better route to take. But as far as 154 goes, a big dose of patience, and I think we'll be able to get through this.
Can you also just quickly address just the driving conditions, the smoke? Is that impacting stretches of the 154? And also, the 101, of course, is a major trucking corridor. What you're seeing along the pass from that as well?
Well, it is our hope and our wish that the drivers of larger vehicles, larger trucks will consider an alternate route away from 154. It would be ideal if that route were maintained for local people. No absolute guarantee that's going to happen. We're hoping that we can get the highway open as soon as we can, but the major thing is that we will open it when it's only safe to do so.
And so we've been through this often enough to know that the freeway reopening doesn't just depend on when the flames stop along the side of the freeway. It could also depend on the damage to, say, guardrails and things like that. So how long do you think the assessment will take to try and figure out how safe it is to open up that highway after the flames have been put out along the side of the freeway?
Well, historically speaking, with fires such as this near the state highway system, we'll have to inspect guardrail. We know there's probably some areas that we'll need to repair guardrail. There's also areas where we'll need to look at drainage facilities to make sure they're in good working order. Typically, that type of activity may include some temporary lane closures once the highway has reopened.
All right, so I guess we'll have crews working along the side of the road for quite a while, yeah.
All right, Jim Shivers, we thank you so much for your time. Great information, very helpful, and we'll be back in touch with you tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.